but in detail we will do it in this second webinar. So as the our my topic itself suggests that since we are talking about the pay scales of the government servants and government employees, broadly government service and government employees can be categorized into three different categories. Firstly, there are government employees who are working with the central government and they are under direct control of central government, and their services are governed by central civil service rules. Similarly, as far as state employees are concerned, the services of state employees are governed by Haryana civil service rules in Haryana, Punjab civil service rules in Punjab, and so on and so forth in all the states. Now, third category of employees are those employees who are working in statutory bodies, corporations, university, etc., who are not under the direct control of the government, but yes, for the purpose of filing of writ petition and for purpose of definition of state, they fall under the definition of state, and their services also fall under the definition of state, and you can file writ petition in those cases also. But as far as their service is concerned, their service are governed by their own own rules. Like if there is a state university, that state university will have their own rules. But telling all this, I should specifically tell you with my experience that may it be civil service rules for the center, may it be civil service rule for the state, or may it be service rules for the autonomous body. Most of the provisions are pari materia. So even if you are able to go through one civil service rules, then I can assure you that although you have to see specific service rule in case comes to you, but most of the provisions are same. Since we are dealing with Haryana civil service rules today, so I will curtail down to the government service and I will not discuss about the state's autonomous service and the central civil services. However, there is one very interesting fact which I should share with you all. I have seen in my experience that in each and every service law, service rule of autonomous body or corporation, there is always a provision in miscellaneous provisions which specifically says that in case this rule is silent about any subject, then for that subject, the civil service rules will prevail. To say, if there is no definition defined under the specific rule of the autonomous body, then you have to see the definition of that specific thing from the central civil service rule in case the autonomous body is under the center, and state civil service rule in case the autonomous body has been created by the state legislature. Now coming back to the topic, today's topic, we are discussing the pay scales. So in simple language, if a person asks me that what is the pay, it is a very simple answer that a remuneration which a person get for the work done for the organization is known as pay. It is so simple. We can say it pay, we can say it wages, we can say it remuneration, or by any name we can say them. But this is the amount of money that a person is taking home for the work he has done as far as his organization is concerned. Now, coming to the Haryana Civil Service pay rules specifically, the pay has been defined under Rule 8, Subclause 8.12, and the pay has been defined as 1I basic pay, 2I special pay, personal pay or overseas pay, and 3I any other emolument which the government suggests to give, that has to be given to a person. So in literal sense, even the rules also say the same thing. Whatever you are able to take home, that is pay. Now, once you have understand the concept of pay, it is very important to understand the concept that what all things are there from which we derive the pay. So there are different things which when calculated together makes a pay. Like the definition of pay itself says that the first thing is basic pay. Now, interestingly, basic pay has also been defined under the statute. If you go by the rule 8A4 specifically define basic pay. And the basic pay is the pay which a person gets and which is calculated without adding emoluments and other benefits to it. Then what does basic pay includes? Basic pay includes the pay scale of a person. I will define pay scale, etc., so that you are able to understand. I will just give a slide to you, and from the slide I will discuss each and everything separately, so you are able to do that. So once we are defining the basic pay is the combination of the pay scale which is applicable to a person. In case dearness allowance has to be given to him, dearness allowance in annual increments, and any other benefit which has to be granted to him. That is the basic pay. After basic pay, the second thing come increment. There are different kind of increments. As I already told you that increment in detail we will do in our second webinar. But to give the definition of increment, increment is a part of salary which a person gets as an annual benefit to him, so that he should not feel stagnated. Like today, if I am getting 3,000 rupees and my increment is 500 rupees, then next year my salary will become 3,500 rupees. And another year goes and my salary will be 35,000 plus 500, 4,000 rupees. This is how the pay scale goes. Now, while you are able to see this help desk.
Yes.
Everybody is able. I think that everybody will be able to see this help desk. It will be easier for me to make you understand the different things. Like first, if you see pre-revised, in starting it is written pre-revised.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Thoda sa bada. Haan ji bhaiya, this is better. Thank you.
You are able to see pre-revised?
Yes.
Now, what you are seeing here is 25, 50, 55, 26, 60, 60, 30, 200.
That's right.
I am sure that most of the people will not be able to understand what is this. This complete thing is called functional pay scale. Functional pay scale means that if a person is working on a specific post for which the pay scale is S1 as stated here, then at the initial time when he will join his post, he will get 2,550 rupees. All right.
Okay.
Pay is, so you get two definitions. Functional pay scale is a scale which tells you about the minimum of the pay and the maximum of the pay that a person can get in a pay scale. So if a person is appointed under a category which falls under S1, then 25, 50, 32 is his functional pay scale. 25, 50 is minimum pay scale, initial pay, which we say initial pay. This is initial pay. And 3,200 is the maximum pay which can be granted to him while working on that post. Am I clear about that?
Inclusive of increments or without increments?
No. Yes, inclusive of increments, basic pay. We are talking about basic pay.
Including increments.
Including annual increments.
Okay.
Including annual increments, at most he can go up to the level of 3,200. All right.
During the subsisting pay scale or during the subsisting pay commission?
During the subsisting pay commission, because pay commission will come, I will define the pay commission also.
भैया sorry मैं sorry interrupt कर रहा हूँ. ये भैया जो increment वाला मतलब कि if somebody is starting at 25, 50, so his salary at the max, his pay will be maximum including increment will be 3,200.
That's right.
Maximum including increments, even after 10 years, if he is working on the 10 years, his pay scale cannot go beyond 3,200.
Will that include? Will that include
basic pay? Gaurav, just wait for a second. Let it go.
Okay. Sorry.
Because I am defining you the basic. I am giving you the basic definitions of the specific provisions. So once you are able to understand that, then you will be able to, we are talking about basic pay right now. We are not talking about the complete pay. Complete pay have many things inside it. We are talking about the basic pay. So 2550 is the initial pay that a person will get when he joins a service. All right. Then you see 55 rupees. After 2550, it is written 55 rupees.
Yes.
55 rupees is the annual increment that will be granted to him. All right.
Right. That's right.
Thereafter, you see 2660.
Yes.
After attaining the pay scale of 2660,
Yes.
Yes.
his increment will increase to 60 rupees, which is next to it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And
Got it. Thank you.
Maximum level is 3200. All right.
Right.
As per the fifth pay commission, these were the recommendations of fifth pay commission. Now let's go a bit further. Now we are talking about sixth pay commission. These are pay bands. We will come to them when we will discuss about the pay commission reports. Then we will talk about this. I came on directly on this because of a reason. Here you are able to see the initial pay scale, the maximum pay scale, but you are not able to see the increment, right?
Just make it short, mother. Smaller. The picture is too big. Make it smaller. Make it a little smaller. Yes, that's better. So here we have the pay scale and then the pay band, then the corresponding pay bands, and then the grade pay. That is visible.
But you are not able to see the increments here.
Right.
This is because of the reason that in the sixth pay commission, after the sixth pay commission, now it has been recommended that there should not be specific increment to a person. The increment should be provided to him in multiplication of 3%. Like if a person is getting 4440 plus 1300 as grade pay, then his increment will be calculated by multiplying it with 3 and divided by it by 100. All right.
Okay.
Okay. This is with regard to basic pay. I think I am clear about the basic pay, so we can go further.
Anji.
There's one question, although it should be asked in the end, but since you're doing this topic, we were only on this issue of 2550 to 3200. Where does this double 4440 come from, and where does this 1300 come from?
This is revised pay scale.
These are revised.
That is what I was telling you.
Okay.
Pre-revised means fifth pay commission. Revised pay scale means sixth pay commission. All right.
Okay.
scale के बाद लग गया ना?
The revised pay scales.
Okay.
Okay. Now I think we have understood the provisions of the basic pay scale, increment and maximum levels, and the functional pay scale. Functional pay scale means the minimum and the maximum. The pay band is called functional pay scale.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. This entire thing is called pay band.
Yes. No. It depends upon the pay commission report.
Okay.
We will discuss it just now. When we come to the pay commission, we will discuss about it, why it is called pay band, and earlier it was stated as functional band, and now the pay band has also been taken away with. There is a reason, like in income tax jurisprudence, every year there are certain changes. Similarly, in service law jurisprudence, once the new pay commission comes, the recommendation of new pay commissions are adopted, then certain things changes. Like you have seen, the increments were specifically defined earlier. The increments are now not been defined. It has been mentioned that it will be 3% of the basic pay. Now we come to the pay commission. What is pay commission and how they are able to determine the pay scales for a respective persons, respective post. Yes, you are right. Respective post. Pay commission is always notified by the central government. The work of the pay commission is to make recommendation to the government with regard to what should be the minimum pay which should be granted to a person, and what should be the maximum pay band which should be granted to the person who is sitting at the highest at the hierarchy level. To do so, it is not that the pay commission works on whims and fancies. There is a technical formula, and that technical formula find mention in the pay revision committee's report itself. However, prior to going to the technical formula of pay revision committee, it is very relevant to understand one fact, that how these formulas have come, from where these formulas have come. I tell you, I was surprised to see that the principle of pay scales, parity in pay scales, etc., and functional pay scales, these found mentioned even in Kautilya's Arthashastra. I was amazed to see that in Kautilya's Arthashastra, he described the minimum wages also. That what should be a minimum wages, what should be a minimum wages that should be granted to a subject who is a subject of the state. And he described about how the pay scale should be calculated among all the persons. Now in Kautilya Arthashastra, he said that minimum pay scale that a person should get at that relevant time should be 60 pannas. Now how he come to that figure of 60 pannas? He said that a person requires 60 panna annually to get 3 meals a day for his family. That is why he comes to 60 pannas. Now, interestingly, when I was going through the 7th Pay Commission report, a similar kind of understanding has been taken by the Pay Commission also. I have just shared with you. Are you able to see the chart?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Now,
Can it be a little bigger?
Relevant factors. Now, these are the relevant factors which have been considered by the Seventh Pay Revision Committee while determining the minimum basic pay which should be granted to a person. Now, you are able to see rice, the price of rice, the price of dal, etc. So, all the minimum things which are essential in today's world, they have been taken into care, including marriage, recreational and festivals. If you are able to see down below at serial number 17, 18, you are able to see at serial number 18, marriage, recreation, festival amount.
Yes.
So this is a very classical formula by which a pay commission comes to a minimum pay which should be granted to its subject. Now, once this is calculated, then what pay commission do is that hierarchy was made by first pay commission in 1946. We are following that hierarchy till 7th Pay Commission, although the recommendations have changed from time to time, but we are following that hierarchy, that there is group D service, there is group C service, there is group B service and group A service. A very interesting fact which we should all know as a lawyer on a service side is that first pay commission came in prior to independence in 1946, and it gave its report in 1947. But till the time third pay commission came, we were working, all these servants were working on minimum subsistence basis, meaning thereby that the state government was able to pay the minimum salaries to their to the person who was working on a specific post. That doesn't mean that everybody in hierarchy was getting the same pay scale, but they have seen that a person who is an IAS officer, he requires minimum 2,000 rupees for his livelihood and to live. So 2,000 was given to him, and 50 rupees was given to a person who was at the lowest level of the hierarchy. But the third pay commission for the first time considered the fact that we have to take the best among the best from the marketplace. So we can't go with this minimum subsistence formula. We have to come with a new formula. We have to check that our persons who are sitting at the top of the hierarchy are able to get certain amount, so that at least they should not feel stagnated. One, they should not go out of the service for certain reasons, and that is the reason that even the pension etc. came after the third pay commission. Similarly, I will just curtail it down because I have very less time for this. Similar, but these are very
Nilesh, we can divide it into 2 webinars. So if you want to continue, that's fine. We'll.
all right. All right, then we can do that. The one of the best, I would say, pay commission report, which is very, very helpful for lawyers because it creates so much of anomaly in pay scales, was given by the fifth pay commission. Although the complete recommendations of fifth pay commission was not taken into consideration by the state government, they made around 500 pay scales, different pay scales for different persons. And so much of anomaly came in fifth pay commission, which came in 1997 and was the recommendations were taken from 1996. However, certain recommendations which were not taken into consideration by the state government, although by the central government and the states, which was later on have been followed, but not in words, were they told that the workforce should be slashed at least to 30% because now the machines have started working. When the pay commission, fifth pay commission came in 1996, most of the work was done by the machines, etc. They recommended to the government that 30%, at least 30% of the work should be slashed. Similarly, they told that the pay scales should be reduced. There are so many pay scales, different pay scales, which are creating anomaly that should be reduced. And thirdly, they said that there are 350,000 posts which are still lying vacant. They should not be filled up. However, the government at the relevant time, fortunately for the lawyers, does not take into account that, and that created a big anomaly. That is the basic reason that most of the cases with regarding to the pay scale, you will find that they are with regard to the recommendation made by the fifth pay commission. When the sixth pay commission came in 2006 and gave its recommendation in 2008, the sixth pay commission give certain recommendation by which all the pay scales were merged into 4 pay bands only. They said that there is we have no interest in 30, 35, 50 pay scales that you have given. We will merge it into 4 pay bands. I will share the picture with you just in a second regarding the implementation of 6 pay scale. But in the meantime, I should tell you that after the 6 pay commission, all the existing pay scales were merged into 4 pay bands. Now, they thought that we have merged it into the 4 pay bands, but there again the anomaly will come. There are around 34 pay scales which we are dealing with, and we have merged it into 4 pay bands. Now, how we will be able to take into consideration the anomalous situation? So what they did was they came with a new concept of pay grade. They said that in addition to the functional pay scale, we will give the pay band also. You are able to see this?
Yes.
Now,
yes,
34 pay scales which were there, they were merged into 4 pay bands: pay band 1, pay band 2, pay band 3, and pay band 4. You are able to see that?
Yes.
HAG we will not touch today because it is for IS and secretary level persons.
इसको थोड़ा zoom कर दे निलेश.
Yes, I can do that.
बस. That will be sufficient.
To come out from the anomalous situation, they added grade pay to the pay bands. Functional pay was 5,200, 20,200. You are able to see that?
Yes.
They added pay grades. And then what they did is that if a person is working in X pay scale, then we will give him pay band 1, that is 5,200 rupees. But we will also grant him 1,800 rupees as a grade pay. If you have seen this picture, I can just share the another picture which I have shared earlier, which will make things very much clear to all of you that how the merger has been done. Just a second.
Yes, we have it.
You are able to see this now?
Yes, we are able to see it. If
Now
anyone is not
there-
able to see it, can just send a message on the chat. Yes, it
Now
is
there
there.
were 32 functional pay scales which were merged into 4 pay bands. You are
Hmm.
able to see this?
Yes, yes.
First is serial number.
Huh?
First is
After
serial
serial
number.
number. That's right.
Then functional pay scale of 5th pay commission.
Yes,
Then name of pay band.
yes.
IS means these 3 pay bands have been given away by the 6th pay commission. They said that all the person who were falling under the above stated 3 bands will come in pay band 1, and they will also start from 5,200, 20,200. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Now you are able to see corresponding pay band and corresponding grade. So after 6th pay commission, how you will come to the basic pay? First of all, if a person has come in service after 2006, when 6th pay commission came, then he will get 5,200 as minimum pay. Am I right?
That's right.
Then you will add 1,800 rupees as grade pay. So the minimum pay which he will get is 7,000 rupees. All right.
Right.
And then we will add 3%
Increment.
increment in that. So 3% of 7,000 comes to 210 rupees, I guess.
Yes, 210 rupees.
210 rupees. All right. So his pay will become 7,210 rupees. However, since the first 3 pay scales were also merged in these pay scales, so since they want that no junior should get the pay scale equivalent to his senior, what they did is, for pay band 1 persons who is getting 1,900 and 1,950 rupees, they gave a tabulated format. You can see it in the 6th pay commission report or revised pay. They gave a tabulated format which stated that the minimum pay which should be granted to a person who is working on the specific pay should be 7,800 rupees, 7,900 rupees, depending upon their post. So now it is completely with regard to table. Now you don't have to go to the pay commission reports, etc. From 6th pay commission, you have to just see the pay band, add the grade pay and the increment in that. Am I right?
That's fine. So they made the change in corresponding grade pay according to the position.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it is easy to understand for everybody, because either a person will fall under pay band 1, pay band 2, pay band 3 and pay band 4. If a client come to you who has come in service after 6th pay commission, you can directly ask him that at the time you joined your service, you were in which pay band? You were in pay band 2 or pay band 3? First question. Then once he tell you that I was in pay band 2, you know that he was getting 9,300, 34,800 as his functional pay scale. All right. Then second question you have to ask him is, what was your grade pay? All right.
Okay. Right.
Grade pay, if he is taking the grade pay of 3,200 rupees, then you will see what were the recommendations of 5th pay commission in case it comes. You will see the recommendation that what was the pay scale, corresponding pay scale. These kind of things will only occur when you get a case of pay parity. When the person is saying that my pay was equivalent to certain other services, like I am working as a clerk and Asim are working as an assistant. In 5th pay commission, Asim was also getting same salary. I was also getting same salary. But in 6th pay commission, my salary has been changed. So to see that whether the 5th pay commission was giving same salary, you have to see the pay scales, and then you will compare them with the specific pay bands which are now given in under the 6th pay commission. Okay.
Perfect.
Now, seventh pay commission has made it all the more very interesting. And seventh pay commission has also given the amount of salary the person will draw. Even they have even included the grade pay and the increments and given a complete tabulated chart.
Nilesh, you're not audible. Nilesh, you're not audible. Nilesh, you're not audible.
What tabulated format itself.
Nilesh, the voice got cut in between.
All right.
Last two lines you need to repeat.
All right. I will again say
No,
it.
don't show the screen. Just say it. We've seen that.
Now, no. I will share the second screen now. Now what seventh pay commission has done, you have seen sixth pay commission. For understanding sixth pay commission, you have to know pay band, then you have to know pay grade, and then you have to add increment with respect to his to come to the amount of basic salary he will get. Now what seventh pay commission has done is, seventh pay commission has made a complete format, a tabulated format, and told what will be the salary of a person after completion of XYZ years of services. I think there is some problem with the host computer. Are you able to see host help desk?
Yes.
All right, then I will share it just now. I have to start it again. In the meantime, I will tell you about the seventh pay commission report. I have to start my meeting again on that. In the meantime, I will tell you about the seventh pay commission report. As far as seventh pay commission is concerned, the seventh pay commission was notified in 2013 by central government. At that time, the finance minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram, specifically told the pay commission to give its report before 2016, because every time the pay commissions have to be implemented from the retrospective date. So they said that because 10 years are completing in 2016, we want to implement in 2016 itself. So please start it. So in 2016, we get the recommendation of seventh pay commission. The recommendation of seventh pay commission, you have seen the minimum pay scale, how they have calculated the minimum pay scale. Now they came up with a new formula. They said that we have to done away with pay scales, pay bands, etc., etc., because it is very confusing for a simple person who is doing his job as a group D employee or a group C employee. So we will give a complete table whereby we will tell that a person who will get appointed on 2017 will get X pay. In 2018, after getting first increment, he will get Y pay, and thereafter, and so on. Vishalji, can you please tell me the meeting ID, please?
80.
Yes.
8 seconds, just a second. I also forgot. 80560.
60.
560. ठीक है ना? 52.
52.
702.
Done. Because I will be easily able to make you understand once I am able to show you the table, because in mathematics, I myself was the student of economics. I have done my 12th in maths and economics, and I know that it is very difficult to understand the equations without being them on the screen. So I will just share the screen with you people. For some reason, I am not able to do that, but there is a table which is given by the sixth pay commission, by the seventh pay commission, and in table you will be able to see that what kind of pay scale has to be granted to. If I can just show you on my screen, are you able to see this table?
Take it a little far, far. Yes. Thoda sa pass, thoda sa pass. Yes, it's better now. I think everyone can see it. Yes, everyone can see it.
Now, if a person was working in the first pay scale, which the salary for which was 7,000 rupees,
Yes,
we will get at least 18,000 rupees that I told you.
that's
That
right.
18,000 will be the least salary a person will get under
Mhm.
this pay scale.
Yes,
Next year after increment, he will get 18,500 rupees.
that's right.
500 rupees is the increment.
Mm.
This is basically the 3% of 18,000 rupees if you calculate it, and then rounding off by hundreds. Then 19,100 rupees.
Yes, that's right.
All right, then 19,700 rupees.
Thoda sa upar ko kar. That's right. That's
And
right.
thereafter 20,300 rupees.
So this is all in carry home. I said this includes all the components of health.
Yeah, all proponents of basic pay have been merged in one so that a person is able to understand what will be his basic pay.
Mm.
Even the pay now, if after 19,700 you are able to see 20,300 rupees,
That's right.
there is increase of 100 rupees
600 rupees.
from 500, now it is 600 rupees, so there is increase of 100 rupees.
Yes, yes.
Because when you calculate 3% of 19,700 rupees, then it is more than 550. So they have rounded it off to 600. That is how they are calculating it. Everybody understand that?
Yes, it's fine.
So I think that how to calculate a pay of a person, everybody is able to understand that if a person comes in a service, then how we have to calculate his basic pay. Now the second thing is you are able to understand with regard to those persons who have come into service after recommendation of pay commission. But what about those persons who are already in service, who are getting a specific pay scale, how to calculate their amount? Because minimum and maximum, you know, that 5,200 rupees is minimum and maximum is 20,200 rupees. But you know, if a person is working for past 8 years in the earlier pay scale, his pay will not be 5,200 rupees. There will be increments added to that. So he will be somewhere in between them. Right?
That's right.
So how you will be able to understand that when from sixth pay commission you are coming to seventh pay commission, it is very well a person can understand that once he come he will get 18,000 rupees. But what about a person who was in service for 7 years and now what should be his pay scale? So that calculation, for that calculation also, the pay revision committee gives a formula. Like sixth pay commission gave a formula of 1.87, that whatever basic salary you are getting, like if a person is getting 5,600 rupees instead of 5,220 rupees, then it will be multiplied by 1.87 and other things will be added and that will make his basic pay. Okay. Now the seventh pay commission has made this formula to 2.57. This formula also depends on a very technical issue. While giving this formula, the pay commission has to see the market value of the commodities. They have to see that what were the market situations in 2006 and what are the market situations in 2016, and the dearness allowance paid by the government to its employee in past 10 years. Now, since I have used the term dearness allowance, you should all know what the dearness allowance is. In simple language, we also say it Mengai Bhatta. If you have heard of this thing, dearness allowance is known as Mahungai Bhatta, and why it is used in service jurisprudence. Pay commission comes in once in a while, in 10 years, in a span of 10 years or 9 years or 12 years. But as far as the market situation is concerned, the market situation is changing every year. The price of rice, price of essential commodities are increasing every year.
Inflation.
So inflation rate is increasing or decreasing every year. So to cope with that, an employee cannot wait for next pay commission to come and change his salary. That is the purpose the government give dearness allowance to those to their employees. And I can tell you very frankly from my experience that from the first pay commission to the second pay commission, the amount of dearness allowance is more than basic pay most of the times. Like from the sixth pay commission to seventh pay commission specifically states that at the time when the seventh pay commission will be implemented, the dearness allowance will be around 125%. Meaning thereby, if a person is getting 100 rupees as a salary, his salary would be 225 rupees just by adding dearness allowance. So they take into consideration dearness allowance, inflation, etc. And then they come to this formula of 2.57. Now again, I will show it to you. This formula has been used here.
Yes, it is given 2.57, 2.62, 2.67. It is
now as far as the persons who were already in service are concerned, you have to calculate their salary. This is the basic salary given.
Yes.
Entry pay has been given here.
Hmm.
This has been multiplied by the factor of 2.57.
Okay.
All right. Then this figure comes 18,000 or 19,900, 21,700. These figures come. By rounding of the calculations, these figures come. All right. So if a person was getting more than the initial pay scale, you have to multiply it with 2.57, and then you will get to a number. Like I say, you come to a number of 23,000 rupees. But seventh pay commission, although recommending all the pay structures, since Vishalji is writing something, that is why I have paused myself.
No. Please don't pause yourself. I was just wondering that if everyone is wanting to ask questions at this stage, or should we continue? That's what I was about to say.
Continue. Now, I have shared this screen with you. You are able to see this?
Yes.
These are recommendation of seventh pay commission.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So in case you have to see a person who has given 7 years in service, his salary was increased from 7,000 rupees to, let's say, 8,500 rupees, then what pay scale should be granted to him? Then you will multiply 8,500 with 2.57, and then you will come with a figure. Then you have to merge that figure into the scale given under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We can't get these figures. At least I can't. Whether the others can. I don't know about the others. I can't see these figures. What you're saying, telling me. I think Anand is also saying so, and it is time. I think we should ask questions, and then we can continue in the next webinar. Because till now, Nilesh, we can't hear you. Nilesh, we can't hear you.
came with Haryana government revised pay rules 2016. I can share that in the chat box also. I will share at the end of the our session. I will share it with in the chat box as well as in our WhatsApp group.
Thank you. That would
My
be great.
suggestion is, subject to everyone being good with it, that Nilesh, whatever you've shown us today and whatever documents you have,
Right.
share it with us today. We read it and we should continue with this webinar tomorrow. I suppose that will be a better thing so that we can understand it. For most of us, I don't know about all, but for most of us, it's a quite difficult concept.
And
Yes.
one more query, Nilesh, in case I'm not.
Yes.
First, let's solve this. Please, everyone, all participants can
That's right.
share their views.
That's right. I think Nilesh has elaborated, but we are not able to understand the concept as the screenshots are not properly visible.
So it's better you send us these documents today. You can email me, I'll send them and all, so that then we can continue with the same webinar tomorrow, the rest of it, and even clear these questions.
I will share. What I will do is I will share.
Voice is not audible, Nilesh. Could you speak louder?
Your connection is not good.
And one more suggestion I would want everybody to do, if anyone is actually.
Nilesh, you are not audible.
Vishal, can you just mute Nilesh so that we can have a conversation till the time his connection is poor?
What I can do is,
I think Nilesh.
Just mute Nilesh for a while, Vishal. It would be better for all of us.
I've done that.
now it is clear.
That's better.
Now it is clear. Nilesh, are you back? Hello?
I am back. Now you are able to hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, tell me.
Nilesh, one more question before anyone else ask. Just a basic thing, which the first slide you have shown it to me. It was grade pay, whatever it was. It's was written something like it: 250-55-260, फिर -60, then 3200. First one was the basic pay, and the 3200 was the highest pay which somebody could go up to.
First was
let me complete it. And what are these figures in between?
Nilesh, your connection is not good.
Yes. That are increments. That is what I was telling. 2550 is the initial pay.
That I understood. I am asking
I will try to come again. Just wait for a second.
Vishalji, one more suggestion.
Yes. Now you are able to hear me?
Yes.
Not actually. It will again.
Say something, Nilesh.
I am able to hear everybody.
You are not clear.
Very clearly.
You are not clear.
Vishalji, one more suggestion. If anyone from the next meeting, whatever speakers who is actually having, so if anybody wants to have a share slide with us, it should be already done in the group itself, so that we are able to understand.
But generally, what we do over here, the host is not so net savvy and he doesn't know how to do it.
So that would be better for all of us to have a better understanding of the concept also, because whatever Nilesh wanted to, he has actually done a lot of homework and hard work. And actually, I feel after 50% of section, we were actually missing it because of the fact that the slides were not very much clear. So my question would, Nilesh, just let me complete. My question would be, what are these figures in between 55 to 60 and 60? What are these figures
that
for?
I can explain. Nilesh can second it because Nilesh has already explained it.
That's what I'm asking anyone of you also.
2550 is this basic beginning pay scale.
Okay.
His increment would be 55.
What is actually what 55 denotes?
Increment, yearly increment.
Annual increment.
I got to know this thing. 2,550 is the basic pay.
That's
so
right.
Increment would be 55 rupees or 55% or
55 rupees.
Only 55 rupees yearly.
Yes. Yearly increment is 55 rupees till the time he reaches 2660. When he reaches 2660, then his increment would be 60 rupees.
Okay. And when he reaches 3200, then?
That's the maximum he can draw. He cannot draw beyond that.
Everybody is able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. No.
Everybody is able to hear me now.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
voice is
I
still
have come
cracking.
on phone. I
Yes.
have come on phone.
Yes. You're right. But we can hear you, Nilesh. Now we can hear you.
All right. Bishnoi ji, you have to understand one thing.
I got it. I got it. Let's got it. Let's
These pay scales were granted in 85, 1985. Thereafter, they were granted in 1996. Even today, the amount of increment is 500 rupees only, even in 2016. So, annual increment is only granted to a person so that he should not feel stagnated for next year.
One last query.
Yeah, come on.
It is though I don't have that much understanding of this DA also, but what I have heard of, and in fact what my friends were telling me, in Punjab government has actually cancelled DNS allowance. Can it be done?
Yes, definitely. What are DNS allowance is what? This is Mahungai Bhatta.
Okay.
If the government comes to a conclusion that today the fiscal deficit is high and the market situation is so that there is no need of granting DNS allowance, then they can always take it back. But in the history, I have not seen even a single case where DNS allowance has been taken back from the employees.
No, not back, suspended or whatever you say.
Suspended, obviously, yes.
Suspended till
yes, it is a Mahungai Bhatta. It is a Mahungai Bhatta. Yes.
Just
Can I ask one question, Nilesh?
Use one by one. Let Anand finish.
I got it.
And there was a question from Anand only, Nilesh.
Anji.
He says what when he comes to the maximum pay scale 3200 पहुंच गया तो
stagnation. That is why ACP scales came. That is why ACP scales came. We will come to ACP later on, but first we have to understand the basics of this. Once the basics are clear, then we will run away with our webinars.
Nilesh, I would request one more thing from you, that
Yes.
the kind of hard work you have done, if you can actually give us a small PowerPoint presentation or something like that. I know it's too much from you, whether कि आप बारी चीज को continue करना, but it's actually मतलब I am quite interested into, and I actually want to work upon it.
No,
So
we can do that. We can do that. I can make a PowerPoint presentation.
It would be very helpful for all of us.
Karan, you are next in the queue to ask question. You can unmute yourself. Karan,
can I be heard? Am I audible?
Yes.
Rather, it's not sort of a question. It is in continuation to what Mr. Bishnoi was asking. And there was a question by Mr. Bahal also, that can DA be reduced and can it be done? So the direct correlation is with inflation, because inflation has not come down all these years. The DA also has not come down.
you are not audible, Karan. Karan, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now.
I was framing my question in the light of the recent development. If you've come across on various websites, the Kerala government decides to hold back 25% of salaries, and they say that we would postpone it. And the High Court has stayed it, and now they are coming with ordinance. My understanding of it is that the DNS allowance cannot be stopped. The only thing is that the state government comes up with a kind of an emergency wherein they say that we're not in a position to pay. But to say that there is no DNS allowance requirement cannot be done. They can well say that we do not have resources to pay and therefore we would not pay, but they cannot say that there is no requirement of DNS allowance, even in the present circumstances also.
I can just give you an example.
Yes.
We are taking the COVID situation. You are talking about the COVID situation, right?
Yes.
In the COVID situation, the market scenario is such that the basic essentials the price of basic essentials have in fact increased, not decreased.
Yes.
So the state government or the central government cannot in any way can come and say that we have to decrease DNS allowance right now because there is no Mahungai right now. There is no inflation right now.
Yes.
But if we see in the future, there can be a situation where the inflation goes very down.
Yes.
And because DNS allowance is defined in the book itself as a Mahungai Bhatta, it is to cope up with the inflation rate which is going in the market, although it has not been done till now because we have not seen inflation going down for past so many years, but it can be done. The state government can take a decision. And one more thing I should tell everybody, even the recommendations of pay scales, the pay commission is recommendatory in nature. It is not important that the state government has to take all of it, but obviously because it is a welfare state, so they have to give their specific reasons for that. Like in the present 7th pay commission also, there is discrepancy between the pay scales which are given to the central government employees and the pay scales which are given to the Haryana state government employees. And the state government can always come and say that yes, we are implementing the recommendations given by the pay scale, but we have made our own committee which has taken into consideration, and as per us, the job of accountant is different from the job of superintendent, because in Haryana their jobs are different, in center the jobs may be same, so we are changing it, and they are completely in right to do so. There is no difficulty with that.
Okay, and just one more small, it's not a question, it's rather a suggestion. Now we have a brief understanding of as to how the pay scales are framed over the last 6 decades in an independent country. What we can do tomorrow is probably you can explain it in the light of some case laws and the problems which the courts came up with, and how the courts have addressed those arguments raised by many people. I believe for us lawyers who are not from statistical background or mathematical background, understanding it from the case law point wise could add to our knowledge, our working knowledge a little better.
It can
Just
be
a
done.
suggestion.
It can be done, but the difficulty would be, as far as pay scales are concerned, you won't be able to find a judgment where they have dealt with the specific all the pay scales.
Okay.
There are judgments of Supreme Court as well as of our own honorable court where they are dealing with the specific pay scale.
Okay.
But the difficulty will be that we will not be able to understand this fact, that how the complete scenario works.
Okay.
As far as pay parity is concerned, I have made my, though we are running out of the time, otherwise I have made my presentation over that with help of the case law itself, that how it has to be done.
Nilesh, you email us to everyone today so that we can continue with it tomorrow. Questions we can
Definitely.
ask. Gaurav, you were wanting to ask a question?
Piyush ji wanted to ask.
Piyush want to ask. Piyush, unmute yourself. Thereafter a scene. Piyush?
Nilesh, I was just reading a newspaper cutting the Kerala High Court has stayed the Kerala government decision to suspend DA and LTA. Is it a sound? Whether I want to basically understand whether the government was right in suspending the DA and LTA, or whether the court are in their preview to operate the stay against the government decision.
Yes.
If I am not wrong, just a second. If I am not wrong, they were reducing the salaries by 25%. That has been stayed. DA has not been stayed. That cutting of DA.
What I have read is they said DA and LTA. That's what I'm using these two words. Salary. Let them Nilesh ask them. We can ponder over this issue.
Yes. Now, Piyush ji, as far as judicial review is concerned, the things are very much open before the court. While granting the interim relief, the court has to only see that whether the prima facie case is made out or not.
Yes.
But when it will be finally argued before the court, the state has to show before the court by certain documents that there were certain conditions due to which they were forced upon to suspend, not to withdraw, to suspend the salaries. Salary is a right of a person. Salary is a right of a person. A person is getting salary because he is holding a post. It is a substantive right of a person. Nobody can take a substantive right without giving him show cause notice, etc., etc. But in extraordinary circumstances, the state government can always come and show before the court that there are certain extraordinary circumstances. There is a difficulty with the fiscal deficit, we have to use this somewhere else also. So they can do that. Judicial review.
I am fine with the judicial review. I have asking my brother whether DA and LTA forms the integral part of the salary, that the government cannot touch upon that.
DA is a part of salary.
So
DA is part of salary. DA has to be part of salary because salary has to be calculated. The basic, how you will calculate the basic pay. Now we have done everything. Basic pay, the definition of the basic pay specifically says the basic pay will mean the pay scale which a person is granted, the emoluments which is granted by the state, and any other benefit which has been given by the state government. So DA is a benefit which has been given by a state government specifically. So it is part of the salary. Any
thank
other
you.
question?
Thank you so much.
Asim, you are next. You can ask the question.
Sir, my question is though not directly related to the presentation today, but I have always wanted to know this one term. Even the High Court rules regarding judicial services, they use this word. एक ये super time scale क्या होता है? What is this? What is this thing? Super time scale? I can't hear you. You're muted. I'm muted.
This is in judicial services.
Only?
This is in judicial services that super time scale is used. When we will go through the provisions of a pay scale, you will come across the super time pay scale also. There are certain other services also where earlier the super time scale master scales were granted, but now after the 7th pay commission report, that has not been granted to the civil services. This has been granted only to the judicial services, and for the judicial service there is other recommendations which are made by the commission, made by the judicial body itself.
Okay.
So
only restricted to judiciary.
Restricted to judiciary.
Okay.
Anyone else wants to ask a question? Param, Munish ji, Gaurav? None? Gaurav? No? So I think that wraps up for us for today.
Yeah, Bishnoi ji want to ask something.
But my query still remains the same. We have already discussed this thing that this DA can be suspended. So the period for which DA has been suspending, supposedly, let's say it's 1 year or 6 months. So later on, can an employee ask for that? Yes, this my DA
Suspension means that only. Suspension means that for the time being, it is not paid to you. And
okay.
Whenever the suspension will be revoked, it will be paid to you back.
So government cannot say this thing. We will not. Supposedly, I'm telling you the exact situation. What has happened? DAV Management Committee has already decided to stop DA till 2021 because of they don't have funds or something like that. So as of now, they can just say this, that we have suspended it, but at the end of the day, they have to pay this DA. That is the situation.
DAV Management Committee is a private body.
It's a aided body.
Aided is something different, but it is a private body run by a management,
yes,
a private management.
It's
they have
aided,
their.
It's aided by Punjab government.
Aided. What is the meaning of aided? I will just tell you what the aid is. Supposedly, you start a college. You want to keep certain persons as employees, and the aim and objective of your association specifically says that it is in the it is specifically for the purpose of welfare of the persons. In that case, you will apply to the government that we want aid from you. The government will look into your documents and will grant aid to you. Since I have worked in Punjab government, government, the aid means you will pay 100% salary to the person. Then after payment of 100% salary to a person, you will ask the Punjab government to refund that salary. In Haryana, it is paid in advance. In Punjab, it is not paid in advance. You will pay it first and then you will take it from the government.
So what do you say? DAV management can do it?
DAV management cannot do it until and unless the rules provide so, or otherwise the government allows to do them, at least for the aided posts. For unaided posts, they can do that.
I just want to clarify this thing, whether they can suspend it or whether they can say this thing, we will not pay it till 2021. And
suspend means that only.
Suspension means that only.
They can only suspend it, but at the end of the day they'll have to pay it.
Pay it because they are getting it from the government.
So
They
DA
have to, and suspension of DA will also come only if the government asks them to do so by specific ordinance or by specific rules.
on their own they cannot do it.
On their own, on the aided post, they can't do that because they are taking 90% aid from the government.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nilesh. It was actually really good to hear you. We'll actually want more of you now.
So I think we can
Thank you,
wrap up.
Nilesh.
We can wrap it up today. Thank you, Nilesh. You please email us all these documents you had prepared. We are already on the WhatsApp group, so that I think we can continue with the same webinar tomorrow, so that in continuation we can have more clarity. Is that okay with everyone?
Let's
Yes.
let's have a break of 1 day for that, because I want to read it, whatever actually we have discussed it, so that I will also have a better
We
understanding.
have a lot of time to read it. We have all the time to read it. Nothing else to do except to read it.
No, there are other things to also be done.
As convenient to everybody, I can do. If you want tomorrow, I can
So,
come tomorrow.
Day
Tomorrow
after,
we can
let's
do
make
one
it.
thing.
Let's make it day after tomorrow. Whatever.
Do we have someone
After
else for tomorrow? Do we have someone else for tomorrow?
We
Inder
can go for
come
tomorrow.
in tomorrow.
Okay. What you do is you can confirm for tomorrow. If we have someone else, it's fine. Else we'll continue with this. That's all we can